council meeting order, City of St. John, January 18, 2022. Call the meeting to order. Any additions to the agenda?
I need 3-minute executive session to discuss employee eval
Under
executive session at the very end.
3 minutes? For what now?
Employee eval. I also need to add a transfer to petty cash, $215
Under
from checking under consent agenda.
Add what now?
Transfer to petty cash account from our checking, $215.
Any other additions to the agenda?
Yeah. Did they add the second executive session or
No, there's just one 10-minute.
that was for the other one?
Oh, how many?
Just 5 minutes just to tell them about it.
So another 5-minute executive session.
Police,
Yes.
employee,
Performance. Yeah.
Any other additions to the agenda? I'd entertain a motion to approve the amendments to the agenda.
so moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Passes 5-0. Okay, appropriation ordinance, 1 of 18 of 50
Citizen comment.
citizen comments.
I think Kathleen.
Hi, so I'm Kathleen Norman. I work at Stafford County Economic Development and I have just a couple of updates. The first is that there's been some staffing change in our office. So Carolyn has decided to reduce her role in her hours, so she's now the part-time strategic projects coordinator, and the board of directors promoted me to executive director. So that's just for your information, so you'll probably be seeing a fair bit more of me. Carolyn's still in the office. She's still working on a lot of our bigger projects. She'll be doing grant writing, but there has been kind of that shift. So the other update I wanted to give was about housing. We have that 10 house project that started with a prototype here in St. John. The house in Hudson is close to being finished. We're having an open house on it February 5th and 6th from 1 to 3 each day. We should have that rented by about mid-February. The 3 houses in Stafford are already under construction. We don't yet have a completion date. It will kind of depend once we have the house in Hudson done, they'll finish, but those are all framed and ready to go. And then once those houses are done, we'll start the houses here in St. John. So those lots have already been surveyed, but that's just kind of a general update on where that project's at. And then the last thing I wanted to update you on is childcare. So I'll let you guys pass those around. So back in the fall, a childcare committee formed to address the need for childcare throughout Stafford County. So September and October were spent doing a countywide needs assessment. And then from that we've kind of are working to figure out ways that we can help get more providers and support our existing providers. And so we just recently finished raising $2,500 that then was matched, so there will be $5,000 to get started in providing assistance to those. We have about 4 people interested in starting to open new daycare facilities within the county. Right now the biggest need is in St. John, but we're working with people in Maxville and we're working with some people in Stafford as well to kind of alleviate that. But from the survey, we have 7 to 100 kids currently in need of childcare, and so it's a big need and it affects all of our industries then. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. Down the road as more things go, there might be an opportunity that we might request funding or different stuff to help promote things. That's not what we're doing now. We want to just let you know what's happening so you can see as things get moving how we're helping to address kind of that need. So I don't know if there's any questions, but I just kind of wanted to bring all of that to your attention. I know that's a lot, but I also wanted to keep it brief.
Thank you. That's good. Thank you.
Any council personnel got any questions for economic development? Okay. Approve the minutes on January the 4th, 2022, regular council meeting. Entertain a
So
motion.
moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor? 5-0. Okay, gonna approve appropriation ordinance 118 of 2021, an amount of $50,306.23. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor? Passes 5-0. Okay, leading on down the road, department heads, electric department, Jeff.
We gotta do that transfer.
Oh, I did entertain a motion to do the transfer, or you wanna talk about it, what you wanna do?
This is just the.
How much money is it?
Transfer. So we keep 500 in petty cash account monthly. We just forgot to add to it when we add the appropriation ordinance.
I'll make a motion to transfer from the petty cash to checking account, $315.
Second.
Yeah, did you say 200?
315, is that correct?
250.
250.
Where'd you come up with $500?
We have 285 in the.
Oh,
account right
okay,
now.
you didn't say that.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Got a motion and a second on the table. Hear a motion, or a vote? All in favor? All opposed? It passes. Okay, now we're going to department heads. Electric department, Jeff Williamson.
Just an update, we've been doing some maintenance on some stuff at the power plant. Our little bucket truck's been down. The mechanic was here today. We've had a leak under the turret where it turns. And so it should be fixed now. Stuck my neck out on a couple of things. I've been in touch with the transformer guy out of South Dakota. Pole mount transformers are out 35 weeks. Pad mounts are out 70 weeks, so I ordered 6. I ordered 3 10s and 3 25s, which is something we use all the time. So we may not see them till summer, somewhere in there, but it'll keep the stock up just in case this deal back reels, which has kind of been a problem. So thought you ought to know that. The other thing is that I ordered what they call a load break switch. I have one that I bought 9 years ago, and it was going up $500 in 1st of February. It was $2,700. It's a switch that we put on the line so that if we do, well, we had a fault here about 3 or 4 weeks ago on a Sunday. It lets me clamp it on the line and put a hotline jumper on it so that I can close it there instead of having to shut the circuit off and then fix it and then go back and close the circuit in again. The switch I've got's 9 years old and needs to go in for maintenance. And so I went ahead and ordered it and hoped you'd approve it. So anyway, that'll give us one for each truck. But as soon as this little truck's back together, we're gonna go back to trimming trees. So that's kind of where we're at.
Council, you entertain a motion about approving the electric switch? You probably know more about that than anybody here, Ryan.
Yeah, is that an exact dollar amount, Jeff? or
With the
we
tax,
have
it's about 3,000, somewhere close to 3,000 with the tax.
We just need to approve that once we get the
The invoice.
invoice.
We'll put it in your package and then you'll approve it then, so you know exact amount.
But I didn't want
Right,
to
no,
order it without the council to approve or approve it.
Sounds like it's a necessity to me.
Yeah.
Something you could, yeah.
How far out were the pad mounts, Jeff?
70 weeks. I've got a pretty good selection. You know, we went through that a year ago and we had some redone over at Newton. And pads are not something we have a lot of, but 25 kVA pole mounts are something we use every day. I mean, that's just a standard transformer to use. So anyway, I felt like we probably better get them ordered because the way he talked, he said he didn't think this deal was going to go the other way for another 2 years. So I got a little gun shy. I hate to get caught and not be able to turn somebody's lights on because I don't have a transformer. So we keep a fairly good stock anyway, but it's just something we use a lot of, so.
How many do you have in stock, Jeff?
Oh, probably close to 60, I suppose, different sizes. You know, everything from small stuff clear up to big enough for the rest home or for the grocery store. That's one that we could build if we had to, you know, with pole mounts, so anyhow, but we've tried to keep a good selection so that we always have something. If we have to gang them together, they need to have the right impedance in order to match them, so we try to keep, you know, 4 or 5 of everything, so anyway. So that's kind of where I'm at.
You got enough on hands, guys, that you think would be?
I've got some
So,
big
I
ones.
guess-
I've got some big ones I could probably sell, you know, but I don't know what the market is for them, but, you know, we've just hung on to them. We've taken them down in places where we don't need them anymore, where we've sized something down or something's changed, you know, but for like oil well stuff and that stuff, I mean, I think we've got everything that we need. So, pin's clear full. We try to keep it full, so.
Any questions for Jeff? Thank you.
Jeff, I just wanted to thank you and your crew here recently with some of my students job shadowing with and showing them what you guys are showing them, and getting to talk with Brian and Eric and yourself. You know, you got a good crew over there. These guys want to be here and they want to serve this community, so thank you very much. Pass that on to them, please.
I will, thank you.
Anything else for Jeff? Moving on to the water department, Jason?
We had a WL here we had to fix on Sunday, and we've been exercising some water valves. And then as far as the other part of it is, I'm doing the yearly report, and I need to get that done here pretty soon, so I'll probably start working on that. And the other part that's taking up our time is cleaning sewer mains. We've been trying to get those done here pretty quick while it's nice, so that's about what we got. And then the permit is turned into Viking, by the way. I had a little help from Ned. We got it in there, and hopefully it works out.
There were no issues with the permit?
It was a lot of N/A. And I was happy most of it was that, because I didn't know a lot. Yeah.
And do we expect them to come to?
They sent, he said that they got it, and they sent it up to the guy in KDHE and going over it, and then he'll let us know.
All right, excellent. Thank you.
Jason, for the new council and myself, what is the deal with the water tower lid? Is that what the permit?
That's what the permit's for. Yeah,
Okay.
We're waiting for permits so we can legally do it.
yeah.
Why wasn't the permit got before?
That was a good question that we asked.
There was a mix-up with the whole deal. It was just some confusion about it, so.
Anything else for Jason?
Vac truck, Jason.
Oh, yes, thank you. The vac truck has been setting up at Great Bend forever. And I was wanting to know if everybody, Jeff gave me a couple, Ryan just brought up that one. And I just want to know if we can get that truck somewhere else so we can get it fixed and get it back here. So if anybody has any ideas where a good mechanic would be that could get this thing in, I'd say let's try to get it back and get it to them. So, and then he brought up L&W from buyers. If anybody has any, I could start calling tomorrow, and let's get this truck together.
Morgan Diesel.
Yeah, Morgan and Pratt, I forgot about them.
What's wrong with it?
The motor on the back that runs the vac part of it needs peg gasket redone on it. Old straight six.
Page 64?
Ford, I think it's Ford, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Yep.
And I guess if those guys are busy, you can call down to Truesdale. I use Truesdale repair for fire department stuff for Maxville.
Okay, any others that you guys can think of? Okay.
Just start there and see.
Start there. I
Hasn't
would-
it been
I
up
would-
there like 3 months or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Been there since September, I
Yeah,
think.
September, yeah. It was summertime when we took it up there.
Murphy's Field.
It
I
was,
think
it
it's
was
grown to
summertime.
the ground at Murphy's, I believe.
Yeah,
They haven't like ordered any parts that have they, Jason?
not that I know
You
of.
know, pull it out of it, yeah, just
I'm
curious.
just gonna call them and say, hey, guys, we gotta do something, so
Right, right, yeah.
I think 6 months is gonna be too long,
Yeah.
so.
Anything else for Jason? Moving on, Tori.
Officer Craven graduated academy last Friday, so he's back and he's certified. And then Mike Sanders accepted the full-time position, and we're just waiting for paperwork to come in the mail, and then he'll be able to get a start date and an academy date and everything like that. So they require a psych eval now prior to giving them an academy date. So yeah,
You can keep it, I got more.
Congratulations, Officer Craven.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Corey?
Get ready, Mike.
The police department. Fire Chief, Michael Sanders.
I don't have anything.
What?
Nope.
Same old deal.
One of these
Any
days,
questions for Mike? Or Fire Department? City Administrator Jamie's gone.
So she wanted me to tell you guys that we got some rocks donated to us for 5th Street. So Jason's gonna be working with Kansas Dirt to spread that and make it smooth. I'm sorry I forgot to ask who donated the rock, but I'll get that and I'll get it to you guys. Also, our cleaning contract for City Hall and the Wit Center is up at the end of last year. There is some interest in, Steve wants to continue to clean, but there's others that show some interest, so I didn't know if you guys want to open that up, and I can get some names and then bring it back at the next council meeting. Do you want Jamie to just go ahead and decide, or how you want to handle it?
Has there been any issues with the cleaning here?
There's some, but not major issue. It's just, he's been cleaning for so long, and, guys and girls, like, there's some stuff that we would like to get more clean.
Right.
But no major issue.
I'd say just open it up.
And that's it.
Again, we're on the City Administrator, or Pam. For my information, is the skating rink open, closed?
No, people can rent it for a skating party or a birthday party, but as far as regular skate, it's not open because we are having a hard time trying to find like skating manager. And with COVID and everything, we just kind of let people rent it out but not have a regular
So it's not open to the public on any given day?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not open on Fridays and Saturdays
Like it used to be?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that the way you guys think you want
Do we
it?
have something out there looking for a manager, Pam, do you know?
We got some word out. We put it on our Facebook, but we didn't put it on a newspaper like we used to, but we can't hardly get newspaper anymore. We didn't really have any that showed interest, so we just kind of left it at that for now. I think your wife said she kind of want to do it, but wanting for you to get out the academy first. So.
Yeah, we can discuss it and I'll get back with you on it.
Okay.
Well, it's about the only thing there is in St. John for kids, little kids to do.
At one of the meetings, didn't we talk about?
Talked about actually paying them like we do our lifeguard instead of
Right.
off of sales to make it more beneficial for someone to actually spend the time down there. And I'm still open to that.
Right. Yeah, I think it's an excellent thing for kids.
I do too.
Yeah.
Kids to
Yeah.
I do too.
It's something good for the community and for the kids.
During the winter time when there's.
Nothing really going on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
Another thing is do we still have the recreation boats, or does the city still have the recreation boats?
Mhm.
Is it up and running?
Yes.
Still doing
Yeah, the air
different things?
conditioner's fixed. Heat worked good. They just have to call and schedule if, you know, if they wanted to take a
It's
bus.
just questions that I have, because I have been.
It's something we did have problems with, the air conditioner, and it is finally.
Yeah, it's fixed, it's
What we think
Finally.
is fixed, so-
Is there anybody doing any, well, at one time, I think they hauled elderly people to,
The senior
Grocery
center,
store,
yeah,
Pratt, Wichita.
sometime would schedule bus, like Sandy would take a group out to like a movie and then grocery shopping and then
But
bring
I
them
don't know if they've
back.
done much of that, have they?
Not
this year,
since,
Not since
yeah.
COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
thank you, that's just for my
Yeah.
new council, my. Okay, moving on, I don't know whether I know him or not, but city attorney. I don't know anything. Well, that brings us on down to old business. Property code violations. We got, looks like 4 of them here on the list.
Those just stay there till they're tore down.
Stay down there, stay until they're tore down.
Yep.
Okay. And there, is that, for being, is it on a schedule, or, I assume that's the land bank, correct?
No,
No?
this is city code enforcement.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was a long list at one point. Very long.
Oh, I know.
We just left them on there until they're tore down and cleaned up.
There's 2 of them that are getting closer to being tore
Yes,
down.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think Chad mentioned.
Those are the ones on
something
the
about that.
5th that are getting close to being,
I think so, yeah, the
Right.
2 on the 5th.
Right.
Yeah, right next to each other.
No, I think the one on North Broadway was first. wasn't it?
Broadway's first.
You're right.
oh, okay.
Yeah, North Broadway. I think that's what Jamie said, was North Broadway was the first one, and then,
The 808.
yes.
Well, I think it's a good idea, getting some stuff done. What about the truck parking? Is that something that's still on the table, or?
Yep, waiting. And she said she was waiting to hear back from somebody. That's what she put in the report.
I need to get back on that, but I'll.
Was it the engineer that
She's
she's
been in
waiting?
communication with the company to try and see if they will come work on the ditch for drainage.
Right.
So I'm not sure who she's been talking to, but
Okay, so it's still active. Engine for the power plant, I assume it's, in, I think.
Yeah,
Just
that's
waiting
in
on
and
them.
piped, we're just waiting on mid-states, so. Wires into the generator, but the control wire's not in yet, so he thought maybe sometime this month, but he wasn't sure. I think kinda depending on the weather. They've got a substation going at Sterling, they're trying to get done as long as the weather's decent outside, so they kinda hop down here when it's cold and do a little bit, so we may see them in the next few days, it's hard to say, so.
And so that needs to stay on the agenda. And what about the bulk water project?
waiting on parts.
Waiting on parts?
Waiting on parts.
It seems like there's a lot of that.
Hopefully it's not, Dodge Jeff's.
Oh my, I hope not, guys, I really do.
It shouldn't be too much longer.
Okay, under new business, I think we need to pass a resolution of 2022-01, and that's a standard, what is it?
Gas requirements.
Yeah. So with that being said,
I'd make a motion to pass resolution number 2022-01.
a
Second.
motion. And a second. All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0. Executive session. We got 10 minutes to discuss employee performance to non-elected personnel.
To include,
Entertain a
Just leave it alone, people.
to include Tory, council, mayor, and attorney.
Got a motion and a second on the table, all in favor? All opposed? Executive session, back to regular meeting. I have another 3-minute,
You have a
Don't we
motion?
have a motion too, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd make a motion to raise Michael Craven to $18.50 an hour.
Second.
got a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0.
Which one we doing, the other 5-minute or the 3-minute?
Whichever one,
Let's just get Tori done.
Is that 5, Tori?
I'd make a motion for a 5-minute executive session to discuss employee performance for the police department, to include everybody at the table and Tori.
Second.
got a motion and a second on the table. All in favor?
That's really good thing.
We're going into executive session,
7:41.
7:41.
Was 5 enough?
I don't know if 5's gonna be
I'm not
enough.
good at guessing.
I'd make a motion to have another 10-minute executive session to discuss employee performance with the same people.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the table for an executive session. Same people for 10 minutes.
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0.
7:53.
Call regular council meeting back to order.
I'd make a motion to accept Matthew Woods' resignation from the police department.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the table to accept Matthew Woods'
Resignation.
resignation. All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0.
I'd make a motion for a 3-minute executive session to discuss an employee evaluation to include everyone around the table.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the table for an executive session. All in favor? All opposed?
Resume at 7:58.
7:58. Call regular council meeting back to order.
I'd make a motion to give Dale Thomas a 1.5% raise per his evaluation.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the table. All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0.
We're done, aren't we?
Is there anything else?
I'd make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor? All opposed?